Hey, we use something that's called Eagle, and the website is Eagle.cool. It's not a SaaS, it's just a desktop app that lives on your computer. So I can create, different libraries for different purposes. I have one for myself, one for another brand, one for the whole team here. And so the idea is that, for example, we used to save things in a photography folder on Google Drive, right? And I usually save them in a timeline fashion. So, I have 2020, 2021, and each of those years there's, it's further divided into months and then the name of the photographer. So it's gonna be similar like this to on how you look at it on Google Drive. And the difficult thing is that I can't find, for example, if I work with a social media agency, right, and they wanna get all the photos of one particular product, it's really hard because of the way that it's divided, and I can't save it the other. I can't organize it the other way around because sometimes in one photo it'll have like this one, it'll have multiple products. So I can't divide it by, separate them by the products either. So that's why tagging is so important for us. And yeah, so I've done all the taggings on here, and the way that it works is that, so for example, if I want to look at all the silicone bits, right, or let's just say washcloths, easier. Washcloths, since I've already done the tag, everything that's got the washcloth tag will show up, and also I can filter it down. Uh, no, no, filter here. There you go. And I can filter it more. So let's say here we have two different collections, right? The bee collection and the feathers. So I want to look at the feathers only, and then also the name of the photographer that took it. So if it's a specific photo shoot, um, Tierney, she's 34, right? Um, and rule is all. It needs to satisfy everything. So these are all the photos that Tierney took for us. So it's really easy to find anything. And let's say if I want to export it, right? Let me just close that one. Then if I want to share a photo with the team, then I can just do that and drag and drop. Or I can also drag and drop into a web upload as well, say WeTransfer or something like that. It works just as well. So yeah, that's how we've been using it, and it's pretty easy. It takes some time. Like I spent a day going through all this and sort out all the tagging, but after that, it's super fast to add tags to everything new. So when it comes to working on new design projects, one of the features that I've found to be very helpful is to search for files by the color palette. And when we save a ton of images and videos, GIFs from the web for reference later, it can be difficult to navigate through like thousands of them, even with tags. So this becomes especially handy. So, for example, you can select from the color spectrum here, like this, or from the presets here, and then it'll bring everything that is related or similar to this color. So you can find things very quickly, and then you can, of course, combine them with tags as well, as I showed you before, which makes this again super powerful, and you can locate things within a couple seconds even. One of the other features that we use a lot is to use Eagle to save images and even videos from the web. For example, if you want to save this one here, and just need to left click and drag, and then this small box will appear. And if we drop it in here, it'll be saved to the main library. if we drop it into one of these, they're the folders inside of Eagle. And then we can choose folder to drop them in here as well, like that. But I'm not going to do that right now. So if we go to Eagle, it should show up here in the all files. And then it also saves the alt text as well, which is helpful. And then the original URL too. So, if a couple months on and you go back to these images and you're not sure where they're from, this is when it'll become helpful. One more thing is, whenever you save any images, photos, even videos, it'll also detect all the colors inside the image. Well, not all, but like the main colors. And with the latest release, you can see even how much of that color is being used in this image as well. So for example, this color here is being used in about 70% of the image, and this one is like 0.4. So this is really helpful when, for example, when we save a file like this and then we want to see, how much of this color is being used, how much of this color is being used, then it's all available here. And it's not just that, but when you're on the website, there's also the Chrome extension that gives you a number of options too. So you can batch save everything, save just the URL to Eagle, or you can do screen capture. So let's say if we go to one of their products, and let's say that I like this page right here with all the information, all the icons, even the illustrations here, then what I can do is just to capture page like that, and it'll automatically scroll to the bottom. So similar to some of the tools that we are using, for example, Markup Hero or CleanShot also does this as well. So there you go. The whole page is available here, and then you can also, I believe, make, let me see right here, reverse image search on Google. That's useful as well sometimes. You can make notes and add tags here too. One second. Oh yeah. The other thing that I was looking for was the comment mode. So for example, here we can say different. Whoops. Let's remove that. Here, full available prints here, there, and then let's go. If we scroll down, whoops. And then we can select this and say different use cases, and here is nice illustrations. Yep. So if we click here, it'll take us to that specific section where we left the comments and all here. So this is really helpful for when you're leaving notes for yourself or for the team, so that people can understand why we saved this image in the first place, and the team members can see that as well. So for example, if I were to leave this for my designer and say, look, please look into this, and I've made a note of a few sections that I like about this one, then she will know exactly where to look for by just scrolling through the comments here. So I just want to quickly show you guys how the quote-unquote cloud library syncing on Eagle works. So if I were to create a new library, demo 2 here, and I would select pcloud Eagle and save it here, And what I would do is that I would share this library with all of my team members, and they would load that library on their Eagles, and it would show up the same thing with all the properties, all the files, everything. Yeah, so let me start. Let's say if I were to add these two in here and tag them as mailer bags and create a folder here. So let's say photography, drag them in here. Let's see if they keep the same, let's see if it shows up just exactly as this one in the other computers. Okay, so this is my other library, and I just deleted a test here, so that's why it's showing up the error. But if I do to not create a new one, sorry, select another one, and it's gonna be this one here from the pCloud drive. This is the same thing. Demo 2, open. Yeah, so as you can see, the folder and everything, it syncs pretty fast. Even if I have like what was the other one had? The main library I had was somewhere around 20,000 files. It took about just over a minute or so to load. Pretty fast, yeah, considering pCloud is not, it doesn't actually save any files in your computer. Yeah, so it doesn't take up any actual space. So that's why I'm using it with my team. Yeah, so the other test I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add a few other photos from my first computer while I'm doing this. So I'll add 3 more photos and done. And then I'll see how long it takes for it to show up here. Yep. So it's just a couple of seconds, depending on your internet, I think. Yeah, but if they don't show up, what you can do is that you can force reload library, and then it should automatically try to fetch all the files pretty quickly. Yeah, and as you can see, it still has the tag and the folders in here. Now that we've talked about all the features regarding to saving, organizing, and then searching for digital assets in your computer, when it comes to sharing, it's actually pretty easy as well. So let's say we have received this photo shoot from our photographer in March, and let's say this is the latest one, and I would like to share it with my team. So we can either right click here for some specific files. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. I like these ones. What we would do is that we would do copy links, or we can even go to this folder here and do the same. So we would do copy link and would go to Slack. It's the test channel here, and let's say new photo shoot. Done. Here's the link to all the new photos by Lindsay. There you go. And let's say I'd just like to link this here. Just paste, and there you go. So let's say that we have this in the all, or even close it, and we go and click on this. It'll take us straight to that folder. So even if we have this app closed, and I'll show you in a second. Right, so I've closed it. Right, so I've closed Eagle, and let's open Slack again, and let's quit it completely. And when we click on this here, it'll prompt to open the app and take us straight to that folder here. So like as a team member, even from another computer, doesn't matter. The cool thing about it is that it doesn't matter if you're using Windows or Mac, the file path is exactly the same and it'll take you straight to that folder or file that you mentioned. The last thing I want to point out is, this is on the home page, by the way. If you scroll down all the way towards the bottom of the page, this is the list of formats that Eagle supports. And it's especially helpful when all team members, not everybody has access to Adobe suites or Figma, or softwares that supports some specific files. So when they need to review things, they don't have to open that software, especially if they don't have access to it. So I have this AI files folder here, and it's a smart folder, and you can filter out things based on properties. So for this one, it's only including all the AI files, the Illustrator files that we have. And for and it makes it really easy for me to review the designs created by our designers, and I don't have to have Adobe to open these files and see the previews. When you look at the pricing, it's really affordable because you get 30-day trial, and it's only $29.95 at this point for up to 2 devices. Both Windows and Mac are fine. And if you already have, if you've already bought before and you wanted to add more seats to the same license, you can do it. I didn't know this before, so I had a few different licenses attached to different emails. But if you scroll down here a little bit, you can add extra seats, and you just enter the license key and the name and the binding email, and it should it should attach that to your existing email account. So I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.